Alright, here we go.
Engineer.
Alright, guys. Oh, shit, I should probably change these titles, too. Whoops! But, it's Saber Wolf here with another Scrimcast. Chunks will hopefully be joining us soon, but, he's occupied at the moment. So let me fix this up here. We got URSA, Corp, and Kane. I guess I can put their actual name. Bodybuilders of Newerth. I gotta move that over a little bit so we know who's who. But yeah, got another gold-ish tier Scrimcast for you tonight. So am I in the right channel here? Maybe. I don't know if I am. Hold up. Game. There we go. Maybe I should have been on the right screen here. Alright, so you guys can actually see what's going on. I'm starting this cast off great, by the way. Great. Fucked up the intro. Don't even have the right screen on. But, yeah. So, two teams here. Bodybuilders of Newerth and URSA Corp. Cast these guys the other night. Well, at least Bodybuilders of Newerth, but I forget what name they were playing under. Who knows. But, let's check out the banning phase. Blind ban right off the bat. Moria and Parasite taken care of. Followed up by Magnus Midas. I think Drew banned Magnus for me, because he knows how much I hate Magnus. And then we got a first pick Glacius, which is... Oh, no, maybe. Is that right? No, okay. First pick Flux. They already just swapped it around. I was going to say, Glacius doesn't seem like typical first pick material. Let me close off all these notifications. Then we have, what do we have? Followed by Engineer first pick. Respectable. Then the Glacius, which the thing about Glacius is, I imagine they probably could have grabbed that way at the end. I don't know why. Maybe Drew or somebody on that team has just a flavor for Glacius. And then we have Ophelia picked up by the Hellborn team, followed by Kane, who's broken his shit right now, and Deadwood. I haven't seen Deadwood in a hot minute. So Deadwood should be pretty decent. Wonder how we're going to see him. If we're going to see him running a mid-roll. If we're going to see him in maybe that suicide roll. Hanging out in the trees type thing. I'm a little all over the place, guys. I have a big glass of water that I'm drinking down right now. And part of the problem is it's extremely hot in my office. So this glass is just condensating like a motherfucker, and it's leaving a huge ring on my desk. And I have a cheap desk, so if you leave a ring on my desk, it's there forever. And, you know, we wouldn't want that. So, next round of bans, we have Kraken coming out from Drew Smacktrix, followed up by Shadowblade. It's a very interesting ban. Oh, okay, looks like Chunks is going to join us. So, yeah.
Hello?
What's up, Martin?
Hey there.
So, we're already we're halfway through the picking phase here, brah.
Yeah, I know. I was in the middle of a thing, so...
How'd you do? Did you win?
Oh no, we lost.
You
Big
lost?
time. Yeah.
Oh.
I was playing support, so...
Oh, well, that's why.
No big deal.
So, are you in the game, obviously?
No, it just finished.
Oh,
this game? Yeah. I'm in this
okay.
game. Yeah.
Alright, so basically I was just talking about just finishing up with the Deadwood pick. And I was kind of curious where potentially they were going to run that hero. If we were going to see him in a suicide role, or if they were going to play him with the intention of putting him mid. Drew talking shit!
Deadwood, I think he'll be played in the mid lane.
You think so?
Yeah. With an engineer, I don't know.
That really doesn't
So I
seem like
think
that
it'll be
great
up
of a
top.
combination, you know?
It isn't. The reason being is because both of their stuns, you gotta aim them, right?
Exactly.
So then they have a high chance on missing.
I mean, there would be a shit ton of damage that would follow if you got like a full duration grasp and you could time it right with the keg stun, no doubt there. But it's like you said, I don't know. I just think that it's a pretty shitty mid if you're gonna run a dual mid. Now that's not saying that the engineer is gonna go mid, but let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I think
One
on the
thing I
Hellborn
saw was
side,
odd was the Shadowblade ban. Is there somebody on Bodybuilders of Newerth that plays fucking Shadowblade that I don't know of?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why the hero was banned. Um, I've actually played with all these players in matchmaking, and I've never once seen any of them play Shadowblade.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think it was a troll ban.
Okay. I was talking about in the beginning of the game. I think Drew banned Magnus for me.
Magnus for you.
Yeah,
Why?
because he
What's
knows
with,
how much I hate Magnus. So obviously, since I'm casting the game, he's gonna ban it for me.
I think Magnus is a strong hero, but I don't think it's worth banning anymore.
Is there a delay? Yeah, there should be a delay. Yev is messaging. I'm ghosting. Is there a delay? I have it muted. Yeah, there should be. I think it's like 30 seconds is what I have it on.
30 seconds.
So, all right. So Repulsor's coming out. We have Repulsor picker on the Legion team. Who's gonna play that for them?
I have no idea. I'm thinking it'll be either Angry Batman, Chain Spell, or Flex Meister.
Okay, so they
Um,
don't. Do they have a dedicated carry player?
I don't know actually. This is actually the first time I've actually seen Smatrix with this lineup, so I have no idea.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, yeah, like I don't even know who's playing, like mid or support for the Legion team. So it'll be interesting. So, um, I don't know. I don't really like any of these drafts. Just personally, like on the Legion side, I don't know how Flux works with Kane and Doctor. I think if they had like another hero like either Pebbles or maybe a Behemoth, then it would work
Well, I
better
mean, the
with
thing
their
about
lineup.
I think Flux it does work in conjunction with Kane because say Kane is going to gank a lane. You can have Flux on the other side of the map essentially do, I guess it's discharge or whatever the hell it is, his ultimate, and he can make it so that it's a guaranteed Kane ulti land. There's the player that he's going to be jumping on. There's no opportunity for the Kane. I mean, for them to run away from the Kane. They're going to get locked down. Now, I mean, I don't know if they're going to utilize it that way, but I mean, that's definitely some synergy between the Kane and the Flux. I don't really see the AoE presence that you would, like to benefit from with a Flux, other than maybe the Glacius ult and a Solstice ult, maybe. But those two things are the Glacius ult not so much, but the Solstice ult with the Flux ulti is like impossible to time. So I don't know. I guess the lineup that I see out of the Hellborn team is more traditional, with the exception of maybe that Deadwood, which is sort of the oddball, but. You know me. I like my oddball picks.
I know you like them picks with the balls, so
Thanks, Mark.
yeah, no
Appreciate
problem. Anytime. So yeah, I'm just looking at these picks and like I'm just having a hard time seeing how these picks really work in team fights because I feel that each team has like a mix of like AOE and a single target.
Yeah.
So, like I think on the Legion team they have more like a pick-off lineup, while the Legion team, the Hellborn team has more of like a pushing slash a gank while they're pushing a tower lineup.
Well, I guess only time will tell here. We'll see exactly. Okay, yeah, my overlay looks not too bad.
Did you change it? Like
Yeah.
all right. Because I remember in your past Scrimcast how you wouldn't change the overlay, you wouldn't switch it.
No. I added
from the
I
picking
added this
phase.
sweet bar at the bottom to cover up all those ugly ass buttons, and then I
Alright.
added the team names at the top, so I'm not that much of a fucking noob like Yev's likes to
Okay.
call me out for.
I see it.
So it looks like we have the Legion team that's they're gonna be flying through their jungle. I guess that's to what the hell? Why would they be coming down here? I would think that they would go toward the Hellborn jungle to try to maybe block some camps for Ophelia. Or are they just trying to protect it for Solstice? We're gonna see a Solstice jungle.
I think it will be Solstice jungle, just based off the picks.
Yeah.
I would rather like to see the Legion team just, as you had said, just ward the enemy camps because the Ophelia is a huge early game playmaker, and if he doesn't have a good start, then he's basically useless in the mid and late game because he's like a heavy early game hero.
See, I just think that unlike the Solstice, the Ophelia absolutely needs her jungle. You know, the Solstice can thrive in lane, so even if he has to rotate earlier in game to lane, just to get himself some levels, he can. And he also has the impact of if essentially he doesn't want to scale. What's his third ability? Solar Slash, which he obviously did. But if he doesn't, he can scale level 1 stun and use that right from the get-go. So Ophelia really doesn't have an ability, capable of doing something like that. But it looks like they're going to send Kane suicide, which is interesting. I would have thought we would have seen him middle and the Flux in a suicide role. But
I don't know. I really have mixed feelings about that because when Kane was released, I was actually thinking about playing him in the off lane, and I was thinking it was viable. But then I did play him a few times, and he didn't really seem as viable. If they were to have an aggro, a dual lane top, I would rather have like a Glacius and Flux up top, but that's just me. And then have Hag against Dr. Solo bottom.
I mean, I look at this Flux, and I think if Engineer really wants to zone him out, there's nothing that the Kane can do. Like what could the Kane do? It's not like he doesn't have an escape. As long as the Engineer, well, I guess he does have the what's the first ability? The Waylay. Imagine he could pull the Engineer in on him, but it's like if the Engineer backs off and just keeps auto attacking, and the Drunken Master decides to rotate down, it's a dead Kane. It's not like he can man up. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
I think the main reason why they picked him is because once he hits level 6, he can roam, and he's just used more as a lockdown hero rather than one used for damage. So I think that's what they were hoping for there. But if the Engineer plays it smart, he can easily box out the Kane, and he'll be staying level 1 for I don't know how long. But
somebody in chat just called you Black, Martin.
I am Black, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. So you're good to go. Or maybe they were calling me Black. I'm not entirely sure.
Maybe. All right. So looking at the lanes and the picks, who do you bet your money on?
Oh man. I mean, I like the little bit of synergy that the Legion team has. I think from a team fight perspective, they might be a little better off. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's 100% toss-up in my opinion. I like the Legion team a little bit more whenever it comes to team fight synergy, but I just the picks that we've seen come out time and time again that you see on the Hellborn side, they just seem more viable in the current meta, and I think if they're executed properly, you're gonna win. They got a lot of burst potential on the Hellborn team.
I agree with that, but I'm really leaning towards the Legion team. The reason being is because I don't know. I like the heroes that they're playing, and in the laning phase, I think that the Legion are just being outplayed right now. But I think later on in the mid and late game, I think the Legion have the advantage, and I think that this game will be heading towards the late game. So.
Well, if you want to make note to compare your suicides right now, your Hag compared to your Kane, your Hag is sitting at 11 creep kills, 1 deny, at 200 GPM, but the most important part is he's sitting around a 300 experience per minute, which is really good if you're playing the suicide role. Compared to the Kane, who's sitting at 80 GPM and 150 experience per minute with only 1 creep kill at level 3. I guess the biggest thing with that hero is you want to try to get 6 on him as fast as you possibly can. just to utilize that ulti. And if he's sitting at level 3, well, I don't know. He's chasing down this engineer. I don't know if he's going to try to put a waylay on him. No? Maybe he used it.
He already did use it when the engineer had picked up the regen rune. But I think once Kane has boots, he'll be more of a presence because his waylay, his Q adds a slow for 4 seconds, and I think that's a huge amount of time where he can just auto attack away at that hero he has hooked. So I think once he has his boots, which is I assume right now, there we go, he has his boots, then he can be more of a presence on the map, either in his lane or in other lanes.
Now, see, I'm not that familiar with Kane. Is Kane a hero that, you know, you could take from the suicide lane and essentially roam him out to try to get a kill, like you could with, say, you know, another typical suicide hero, whether that be like a Bubbles or a Hag or something, where he can make an impact somewhere else? I see he's rotating toward middle. I just don't know what he would be capable of doing at level 3.
All he'd be used for is a slow. That's about it. And just because he can basically hook an enemy hero and reposition them. So, for instance, if the Deadwood was on higher ground than Kane, he can easily waylay them to lower ground, and then like he's out of position, and then other hero he hooked.
Might have a kill. Oh, okay. Hag just blinked away at the very last second. If Glacius was a little bit further over, I think we would have seen a dead Hag there. I do want to make note that the Hellborn team is doing a much better job at keeping the lane back for this Drunken Master as opposed to the Repulsor.
Oh, and look, there might be like a first blood. And at the bottom rune in the jungle.
Level 6? I'm surprised. Did Deadwood have enough mana for the ulti?
Why didn't he use it? I think he was frozen.
No. I mean before that.
I don't know.
When he was on top of him, he got 3 or 4 auto attacks off. That's why Glacius was at the health that he was at. Glacius had to pop the health pot, but he didn't use his ulti.
Unless he felt bad for him, I was like, yeah, I'll spare your life.
Maybe that's what it was. Sometimes I feel like that when I'm ever, going against the Glacius. He's my food
and then
over and over.
The bottom lane, we have action right here.
And the Hag's gonna get away? Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
She gonna try to turn? No, okay. I thought she might decide to go back in with that Repulsor with no mana.
I'm surprised though because the Doctor only has 300 GPM and he's been a free farm, and the Drunken Master has 381 GPM. So it's either that the Doctor has been missing last hits, which I assume that's the issue, and that's why.
I think it might have something to do with the Electric Frenzy, sort of like by default pushing the lane.
That would only be if he was using spells on the creeps. If you're only using spells to harass Hag,
yeah,
then I don't think.
Well, does the Electric Frenzy, does it splash, or am I making that up?
One sec, I'm lagging for some reason. Are you?
No, I'm fine. Like,
I
can't remember. I don't know why I'm blanking out on that, but I think for some reason, what's it say?
It's on your auto attack. It'll splash, yeah.
So it does splash. Oh yeah, in a 300 radius. So I mean, it's hitting all the creeps if for some reason he's dropping that just to keep one on. Well, I guess you're right. If he is only using it on the auto attack for the Hag, well, we see action middle here. Looks like they did use the Falcon Punch there on the Flux, and 3 collapsed on him. The Ophelia, the Engineer, and just as I look middle, the Hag falls bottom. So I don't know. Did Solstice get in on that kill? No. Right.
Give me 1 minute. My keyboard has actually died. I don't know what's up with it. Just randomly stopped working.
Maybe you should not have a battery-powered keyboard.
No, it's wired.
Just fucking with you.
Oh my god.
Who the hell has a battery-powered keyboard that plays video games?
I did when I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah. It was wireless. It was battery-powered, and I'd be playing a lot of StarCraft. And in the middle of a match, the batteries would die, and then I have to run downstairs, find batteries. And I had to pause the match, of course, but then because I can't really type to my opponent, like, I need to pause because my battery died on my keyboard, and then he'd be like, why'd you pause it? And then unpause it right away, and then I'd be behind, but
I remember that when I was like 14 years old, and I had the wireless keyboard, and I thought I was the shit. But On another note, even though this hag died bottom, I know you're not in the game. She's diving the repulsor. I don't know if she's gonna be able to get the kill. She's
I'm in the game right now.
Here. We have somebody porting in. She's gonna need to be able to blink. Her blink's up in 2 seconds, and she's dead.
Nope.
She's dead. She tried. I mean, she was close. She was close. Another 2 auto attacks, and maybe even another 1 auto attack. That would have been a dead repulsor. 0 mana. I don't know. I don't know if it was worth it, but I mean, keeping the pressure up on the repulsor is not a bad thing. Even though they're getting the kills, and the repulsor got the assist out of that, which, yeah, he definitely got the assist. The Drunken Master is far and away, killing it with the GPM compared to the Drunken Master.
So looking at his items, so what do you think his first item will be? You think it'll be a Nullstone?
Yeah.
On Drunken Master?
Yeah.
Personally, I would build either a Shield Breaker or a Souls and just to be more active.
No, I agree.
In the game.
I mean, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see him go a Barry Bonzana build and turn that into a Rune Axe, but we're not going to see that.
No, I'd never build a Rune Axe on that hero. I'd most likely build, what would I build? Outbones first.
Would you build Outbones? See,
yes.
With this hero, I've always been a fan of the Slicks build. Like, the Slicks build has always been my favorite build whenever it comes to this. Just straight Elder into Shield Breaker. Like, that's, and then from after you get the Shield Breaker, then you build the Bulwark and then the Demonic bit.
Yeah.
You just try to utilize the ultimate as essentially your Shrunken Head.
Yeah, I think that's a very strong build. Right now, what I would like to see is for the Hellborn team to actually start and push towers, whether it be in the middle lane.
They're gonna go on this Deadwood middle. Deadwood just try to turn it around, and oh wow, okay, the Solstice ulti finished him off, thankfully. If not, that'd have been a dead Flux. Flux was at 30 health, and Hag blinks it and gets the kill. Kane does lock her down with the ultimate, and they're gonna get the kill on her with the Solstice charging it again. So the Solstice playing a big part in those 2 kills. I don't know if she thought that maybe they all backed off, or do you think that was worth it in her regard to jump in like that and get that kill?
I don't. In any way, I don't really. I think it was worth it because, as you noticed, the old lead and EXP lead has actually evened out now, and before the Hellborn had this lead, so they basically lost their lead. I would like to see the Hellborn team try and push middle or bottom because they have the better earlier game. I feel that once a DM has a real item for them to all as a team roam bottom, push middle, and basically starve Legion of all of their farming sources.
Now, what exactly is Tree intending on doing down here? He doesn't have his ulti up for another 30 seconds, sitting on a Veldrot. Like, what? How are they going to lock this Repulsor down enough to actually kill? See, that's what I mean. Like, right there, even if he did catch him, they're not going to be able to do enough damage in that short of a period. Hag's ulti's down. Oh, no, Hag had her ulti. I take that back. So,
and
the Devil's going to fall, and so is the Hag. We did have a report, or a TP in from Engineer, who does put down a pretty good energy go. He's going to fall in the process. And Repulsor does jump in. He does get a kill on the Solstice after Solstice does use his ulti. Short duration ulti. So
Kane missed his waylay right there. I think it would have been huge if he actually hit that. Then I think that they would have actually picked off the Drunken Master. But I think he actually is building a Rune Axe. Just like his item. So I don't know what's happening with this.
Oh my! I hope so. I really hope so. That would just absolutely make my world. That would be the ultimate late game carry, Drunken Master. I wonder if that works with his lunge.
I don't think it does. Actually,
lunge at the target and attacks it, dealing 35 plus 70% of your attack damage on impact, and then spinning around your. Oh no, sorry, not lunge. Stagger. That's what I meant to say. Stagger.
Oh, stagger? No. I don't think it would. His lunge, maybe. I'm not too sure. But,
yeah,
I don't
you're
know.
right.
It's interesting.
I don't know. I've never tested it to see, or, typically you're the one playing that role, and I'm the one supporting.
I'm just a jungler, so that's all I play is jungle, but
So this is what I was hoping earlier from Ophelia. I thought we would have seen a rotation a while ago, even when all that action was taking place middle, where we would have seen her rotate top and at least push down the first tower, potentially the second. But the one thing that's going on right now is you have a lot of Legion team just sort of dancing around middle, not really doing anything.
yeah.
And that's not good for them at all.
Well, at this point, because
yeah, look at this. They're going to take the second tower. Do you think this is going to be contested at all?
no, I don't think they have.
You have
or,
Kane sitting
I don't
with
think
Belter
Legion has
off to the
lineup.
side.
But it
And
looks
you do
like
have
they're
3
gonna
porting
attempt
in. So, okay, so Kane does get the ultimate off on Drunken Master. He's going to fall before he can even do anything. Wow. Okay, so yeah, that was definitely worth it in regards to letting the tower fall, but they did get all 3 heroes involved in that push.
Yeah,
So.
and Solstice, he had a huge ultimate there. He hit all those heroes, all those level heroes, in his ulti, and then he basically charged and he cleaned up all of them. So that was well played.
They didn't have like any
Legion
kind
side,
of forward
but-
vision, even if Ophelia would have taken a creep, you know, and run it at least toward the edge of the ramp to see if there was anything there.
Yeah, at this point in time, I just think that the Legion team is just playing way better than the Hellborn team. Reason being is because they have a Deadwood and an Engineer bottom and a Hag, right?
Yeah.
But they're not really pushing as a team. It's like they're split pushing when the Legion team is all over the map, and it's kind of obvious that they would defend as a team. And if looking at the bottom lane right now, they just do have Doctor. Just like that.
I'm just gonna say Hag and Deadwood just basically melt that Repulsor.
But yeah, like the only pushing is in the Ophelia. So then I would rather have them be grouped as 5 and run the train. I think that's the only way that they can get back in the game.
I do want to make a note. Drunken Master did finish the Runed Axe and immediately rotated to the jungle. They don't have a lot of pushing power, I do agree there, but they have relatively decent creep clear. You know, you have the Blink Bang, you have the Grasp, you have the Stagger, the Keg, and the Turret. I mean, those are all relatively decent creep clear. They're not, you know, on par with this, like the Solar Slash that you'd have from Solstice or the Magnetic Contraption from Repulsor. And I guess Flux also has the release, which is pretty good.
So,
but we're going to see rotation here middle. I think they're going to basically train a bottom tower from middle tower.
where's Ophelia? He's heading bottom, surprise. So I
And
guess
Tree's
they wanna try to
sitting
get
out.
bottom.
Are they going to try to defend this?
Repulsor
Repulsor's jumping in. I guess they're not going to follow this up.
The Hellborn
So,
destroyed a Legion tower.
I don't know. I think the Hellborn team is just. I think that they're all over the place. They're not really being as 5, and they're just kind of doing their own thing.
Martin, I do want to make note that the Drunken Master just picked up a Gloves of the Swift after he already has completed boots, so that can only mean one thing.
Elder Parasite?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Let's
The
have a
Flux is
look right here at the
even.
Flux
He's
player.
sitting on all of them. Huge release. And it looks like Solstice blinked into the trees, and now he's running through the energy field, which canceled his charge. Kane does lock down the Hag, but doesn't do enough damage to actually kill him. Man, this is a very spread out fight here. We do have the tree that's... Oh, Kane turns it on the Hag and kills him. And Solstice does blink away right before he can be killed by the Deadwood. We still have some action going on.
Warrior.
Flux does get the kill on the Engineer, and Tree's in trouble. He's in trouble right now. Solstice does charge back in. Oh, I don't know if that was
Hag
actually
back,
Whoa!
Trick.
Hag missed his ultimate on Kane. I think that would have been huge.
I don't know. Okay, so he does attack the right person. He just Galler. Okay, because I was going to say that Flux is going to end up with like a quad kill.
Oh my goodness. Hag missed his ultimate there on Kane. I don't know how that's possible.
Is he going to die? Is he going to die? Oh, he gets away.
Oh my god.
I don't know why he's flirting with this. Why is he flirting with this? This Flux has 1500 HP. Even when he's sitting that low, he still has 400 HP. That's like, what? Half of Hag's life pool? Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, it's deceiving. You know, you blink in on a Flux that's sitting at low HP, quote-unquote low HP, and he's still half of what you currently have.
Yeah, I don't know the logic behind that. I don't know if he wanted to try and like bait Flux more, buy more time for whatever reason, or it's just YOLOing. But
did you see the beginning of that where I think Solstice decided he was gonna blink in and
Solstice, yeah,
follow it up right after the big discharge.
No,
and
he
blinked into the trees and got stuck.
No, he blinked in the trees, which are light.
Yeah.
I think if he used his ult T there, rather than his charge, he would have hit everyone on the Hellborn team. But
I just liked whenever he blinked into the trees, he charged out, like he charged to the right and then back to the left again.
Yeah, and then in the middle lane,
oh, I missed it.
The Legion team, he got picked off the Glacius by the Deadwood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good use of the PK there.
Yeah. It's freshly bought PK.
Now, I do want to make note, the Flux is sitting at 400 GPM. So not even playing in that right-click carry role where we have our Repulsor sitting at 290. The Flux is 400. And that's just because of that last exchange. He did so much work. He was like the only guy that survived from the Legion team. And I don't know how many kills he got there overall. But we do have the Drunken Master sitting at 440. That... Oh, okay, wait a second.
Look at the bottom right now.
He just bought a Helm of the Victim. Did you notice that?
1 second.
Is he going to get the kill? Okay, yeah. Now is he going to be able to get out?
I think
so there we go. The Flux ult he used there. I think this is going to be a dead Deadwood. Dead.
No, I think he's fine.
Yeah.
His teammates are right there. I thought that they would have made it in time. And
I don't know. Okay, so he went in Sanitarius. Okay, well I still hope for the Elder for me. And typically when you see someone go in Sanitarius, you don't see him buy the gloves of the Swift first. And Kane does lock down the Engineer inside the energy field. He uses his push poke to get away, and I don't know if they're gonna try to turn this on this Kane or not. Yeah, they're just gonna blink back and try to get out. All the PKs there, man. And here comes Drunken Master. Where's that Elder when you need it? Sitting inside the Glacius ultimate, not doing anything. He's gonna try to fight this off. He might get the... Okay, so he's gonna get the Glacius, but he does fall in return. Meta. Sync is doing it.
Yeah. His Ruined Axe though, I really have no idea why he bought that. Like, I don't see in any way how it helps him with his farming, and he would never buy it as a damage item. That's because there are way other better damage items for Drunken Master. So.
Let me see here. I keep forgetting that I have this on.
Yeah, because he has 450 GPM. And he went a Ruined Axe, like an item which barely benefits him.
Looks
and
like the stream might get a kill on the Solstice. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So Deadwood, he's just making space right now. He's just trying to pick off whoever he can, and I'm liking this. But I really think that they need to push out every other tower.
See, I have no problem with the Rune Cleaver. I think it's I like when people try things that are different. I just think that what he's really lacking right now, if he wants to use the cleaver to its potential, is you need attack speed. And the ultimate only gives him 50 attack speed. Now, like, I know the Insanitarius does gives you a shit ton of damage, shit ton of health, but I don't know, man. I think I would have preferred to see the Elder come out first if he was going to go that route, after getting the cleaver. But I don't know. I think that fight would have went a little bit different, because he would have been able to get a lot more auto attacks in a lot quicker. And
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and because they were so grouped, you would have had that. I mean, all three heroes were basically sitting on top of each other. You would have seen a cleave come out on all three. I mean, I'm not saying that it would have been enough damage to kill them, but it would have been more damage overall, I think. So, I mean, we're 23 minutes in. The game is still relatively even. The Hellborn team has a 700 gold lead. The Legion is sitting on a Slate experience lead, but the game so far it's overall it's pretty even. We have still 450 GPM. It looks like Tree's gonna jump in on the Flux and ulti him and tickle him a little bit. I don't know if this is something they want to do.
And the Solstice
Engineer
charging
drops
in.
a defensive energy field, and Hag jumps in. Okay, here we go. The Drunken Master is going to jump in. We're going to see the Solstice fall right off the bat. He does pop the ulti, so it fears the Drunken Master for a short amount of time. And Kane does decide to go on the Hag right behind everybody. I don't know if that was just a stall tactic or what, but the only person that lives in that fight is Flux with his 2,000 HP. Another thing that's kind of interesting is the Flux went Sackstone, which I can completely understand why. Going against the Drunken Master and the Deadwood, it's a huge item. I mean, you saw Deadwood blink in, you know, grasp and ulti there, and it barely damaged them. But they might be able to get a tower potentially, do some damage on the racks here. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do enough damage before at least 4 of them are up. They have 10 seconds. It's gonna be a race to see if they can drop this melee rack.
I think they can at this point. Yeah. So.
Yep. Okay. So they're gonna get the melee. That's good. And I think, are they gonna try to stay around for the ranged?
I think
Oh man, it's so close. Is the catapult gonna get the kill? No, it's regenning faster. I like that they changed that they regen, you know, the barracks regen a lot quicker now.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, like the Legion team, all I need like is more pickoffs. If the Hellborn team is pushing, then all you do is a split push, and then you fight once all of your lanes are pushed, because it's always better if you push out 2 lanes if one lane's being pushed, because it's a can't find the wood right now, but in the middle lane,
oh, they're
that
gonna jump on
would
this
pop
Flux.
on
Are they
the
gonna have enough
Flux.
damage to kill him? He does pop the Insanitaries to keep himself alive, and the tree does fall in the process. If you, I do want to make a note for the R items. I know that's something that's been stressed a lot recently, especially after the World Finals when Swindle Melons was there, and he talked about how we see typically in the competitive scene a lack of R items. The Hellborn team, they are doing work in that regard. They have a Gnome's Wisdom that just came out on the Ophelia, the Energizer, the Mana Ring, the Astrolabe, and the Bulwark on Deadwood, which, you know, all 4 have beneficial aura effects. And then all we have on the Hellborn team is a Sackstone on the Flux. So
I think it's just based on the items in the hero. Like, it's based on the heroes and their farm. The reason why you don't have as many aura items, because like if you think about it, all the farm was basically pooled into Flux and Doctor, and the aren't heroes where they buy aura items. So as I had brought up before in the drafts, Legion has a pick off a draft, while the Hellborn has a better team fight draft, because they have a hero where they could buy, where he buys literally every aura item he can. And
Solstice did just finish the Shrunken Head, which should be pretty big. Shrunken Head, couple things it doesn't care about. I mean, there's a couple things that on the Hellborn team that really don't give a shit about Shrunken Head, i.e. Willowmaker goes right through Shrunken Head. Drunken Master's Lunge goes straight through Shrunken Head. The Grasp goes right through Shrunken Head. I mean, the magic damage won't be there, but I still think you have the armor reduction and the Immobilize. So that, I mean, that's decent. I mean, you're going to want to see a Shrunken Head come out on the Solstice, no doubt. But Hag, I think she's really close to finishing that Hellflower, and if she can get that off on one of these heroes, like a Shrunken either on the Flux or the Solstice before they pop it, that Shrunken Head's not going to mean anything.
And the Hellborn team right here are actually planning to take token from a Kongor with the double damage rune, so I'm liking this.
They have some serious ward coverage too. Look at that. 2 revs, the Vision Ward, coverage upriver.
Kongor has been slain.
Very nice, very nice. Who did the token go on? The Drunken Master? Yeah, okay.
Drunken Master, yeah.
So he did. Drunken Master finished as a Shrunken also. He still has 2 more slots, so I'd be really curious how he fills these out. We have the Bulwark that came out on Deadwood, so I doubt you're going to see the Demonic go on the Drunken Master, so I imagine we might see something a little bit more fun. Whether that be, Shield Breaker, Rift Shard, something. Maybe even an Elder at this point. Oh, no, I guess you really can't do Elder because he went Drunken Head.
Yeah, but by this point, I think you need to actually, I think big. I'm thinking a Doombringer and just one-hitting these kids.
I think that seems like the most logical decision.
Logical, yes.
I agree.
Or even a Basher, I'm thinking.
If this was Dota 2, I would say you were 100% correct that we would be seeing a Doombringer coming out. Or what is it in Dota 2? Daedalus or whatever it is?
A Divine Rapier.
Divine Rapier, that's it. It shows you how much of a Dota noob I am. Is that what it was called in the original game?
You know it.
Oh, okay. So Tree is, I don't know if they knew he was there or not. That is an excellent position to be in. I mean, he doesn't have vision behind the tower, so he wouldn't be able to see if anybody was there unless, his team had pushed up and, could see behind the tower relative. But I love that positioning. That's so good. And he did turn his bulwark to positive. He did have it sit on negative for a hot minute. Now, is there anything that the Legion team can do to counter what little pushing power the Hellborn team has right now? Do you think it would be just in their best interest just to push up middle and trade essentially second tier bottom for second tier middle?
They basically need to split push middle and top while the Hellborn's pushing bottom, and then when there is, or if the Hellborn choose to have a fight in the bottom lane, then they actually need to port back and fight.
Like I think they're gonna bail on mid, which makes sense because the Hellborn team says fuck it, they're going right for that bottom tower. With Insanitarius on, the Drunken Master, non-ulti, well, his ulti doesn't give him damage, does it? No.
No.
Okay, so 355 with the Insanitarius turned on. With just a Rune Cleaver and an Insanitarius. Those are really the only two damage items. I guess the Shrunken Head is giving him 34 damage. So that's not too bad. But that's pretty impressive. 355 damage with an Insanitarius turned on with really, I mean, he only has 4 items. And, I really don't count one of those items as a damage item in boots, but he just so happens to have phase, so. How much time does he have left on the token? He does have 2 minutes left on the token, so I imagine they're going to try to make the best use that they can out of this.
Well, right now, the Hellborn team is in the lead, and even if they don't use the token, it's not a huge deal. Because right now they have a lead and they have the better team fight that they don't need to really rush things.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, the Legion team is sort of stuck in their base. Because if they see 2 heroes out at all, I mean, the Repulsor is out and they actually have view of him being on the creep wave, but he has the TP so he can come back at any point in time. But if they see another hero anywhere out on the map, that's basically free reign for them to take the space without any contest. The Deadwood does land a huge Solstice ultimate, but it only hit the Drunken Master who has tokens, so he's gonna fall and come right back up. Are they gonna use this as an opportunity to go in, or are they just gonna back off?
I think it's better if Hellborn hits the racks.
Repulsor does jump in. Kane blinks in and catches the Engineer. I think you're going to have the energy field block. No, he doesn't. Okay. So Kane falls relatively quickly. Energy field does go down. It's in a bad position, though. It doesn't really catch anybody. It's more defensive than anything. They do fall back within the energy field. Solstice is inside of it, but he does have the Drunken Head up, so it really doesn't do anything. The Deadwood does fall. Hag does blink out, and oh man, looks like the Engineer's going to fall. We did have some buybacks come out from the Flux, the Repulsor, and the Kane. So, I don't think Ophelia is getting away. Oh, wow! Ophelia got away. That would talk about timing. That was like a millisecond off.
Well, look at the Engineer mines. They might hit Solstice. I think.
If Glacius was standing just a little bit closer.
I thought Glacius was in range of the Engineer mines when Solstice aggroed them, but I guess not. But it was close. It was a nice idea.
Not bad.
From the Engineer Angry Dota. But I think the buybacks on Legion was worth it because their Rax is alive still. So
I still think the damage is done. I mean, they went in there, they did what they needed to do. They didn't burn any, obviously they didn't burn any buybacks on the Hellborn team, which is always great whenever you force another team to burn buybacks. They did get the tower, which is a plus. They damage the racks, but by the time they get back down there, the racks will be back at full. Their lead is now 10,000k gold. The experience is, 2,000 gold. I mean, 2,000 experience, which is fine at this point. But the reason why the experience is as close as it is because the Legion team burned those buybacks in order to get those kills. So essentially, once they use the next buyback, that's it. Your experience gain is not going to be there once that next tier of buybacks are used. Solstice does pick up the bulwark. Okay, so we have a bulwark on Solstice.
What's Kane buying then with that? What is that? I forget what
the armor
the name of it
piece?
is.
I have
Yeah,
no
the armor
idea,
piece.
man. Maybe
Ring
there's a
mail.
little bit of a miscommunication. What can you buy with ring mail? Maybe he's going to Sackstone. No, wait. Okay,
Maybe
so Sackstone. I don't know. I don't know what he's buying. Maybe he's
Sackstone or barbed armor.
Oh, I guess, yeah, he could go Barb. Barb makes sense. Barb makes a lot of sense on that hero. So I'm just curious what the next item on Drunken Master is going to be. He's sitting on 2,400 gold right now, and I don't know if he has anything in his shop.
Who knows what he's building, because he went Rundax first item,
Oh,
and
okay,
I didn't see that.
Did you see
coming,
he just picked up a shroud?
That isn't a bad item, actually. I actually, I like it on him, because the Hellborn doesn't have invis heroes, and I highly doubt that, that a Legion has, any invis wards or dust. So.
I don't know, man. I think I'd have been a bigger fan of seeing the Shieldbreaker come out. Shieldbreaker or the shards. Wow, okay, so big grasp lands on Flux. Drunken Master is basically going to focus fire Flux. Now he's going on the Glacius. Glacius has to back out the ulti, because if not, he would die instantaneously. Solstice is doing some work. Drunken Master does jump on to the Dr. Repulsor, but the Repulsor does get away, and it looks like they're going to try to man up on this. Solstice is out. Shogun Head wore off. I think we might see we did see a buyback from Repulsor. Buyback again. He is coming back in. The energy field is sort of blocking him, and he's already half out of mana.
And Solstice is bought back as well.
Bought back again too. He is going on. The Drunken Master does get the kill. I don't know if Hag's going to be able to stay in this. Is Hag DC'd?
He DC'd, yeah, but the engineer is using him right now.
Oh, okay. I was going to say he's a different color.
Yeah, he's black.
Maybe that's who, I think it was Ploopy07. That's who he was talking about.
Yes, he's talking about how he DC'd.
Yep, that's it. That's exactly what we were saying. Alright, so, Repulsor. Repulsor has one buyback. Solstice is down to one buyback. Flux is out of buybacks. And now, I know Flux got picked off right at the beginning of the fight, but I didn't see where Flux died a second time. Who killed on Flux a second time?
He died right after Solstice was picked off, and he bought back. So once they had picked off Solstice, the engineer used his ultimate.
Okay, Hag got him the second time. Because I know Tree caught him and blinked in and immediately used the ulti.
Yeah. Disconnected, reconnected. Yeah, so I don't know where Hag is, and I don't know why they're not
going to pause?
Apparently not. I guess he had to leave for some reason.
They might be able to finish this game soon. I mean, they still didn't get the Rax bottom. Just want to make a note of that. The Rax bottom, still up. Still good. 2 engagements in a row. Forced a shit ton of buybacks. And I think this Repulsor is going to catch this engineer and kill him. We'll see. He does use Storm Spirit, and Tree is coming over, so good play with the Storm Spirit there. So I imagine, okay, so we got the Genjuro finished on the Drunken Master. So coming out of that, he's going to hit like a bitch.
So
and he is being a little aggressive here. He's going straight for the Glacius, which is an absolute perfect target. Auto attacks him down 3 hits. The Kane does lock down, you lock down Tree. And Drunken Master needs to get out of here. So a Glacius for a Deadwood. Not a good trade.
Yeah, the Hellborn team was just looking for pickoffs, but
I don't think they thought that there was that many people there.
Exactly.
Oh wow, she's gone. She's terminated. That's really interesting.
So I'm reading that the Hag is in high school, or he's 13 or 14 or something, and his parents were on his case about him staying up late to play Haunt.
Did he tell his parents to tune into my stream? They would completely understand.
Guess not.
That's all you have to do. Yeah, that's all you have to do.
So, as I mentioned when the match began, I think that the Legion team would win, and I think right now it's a pretty evident who will come out on top.
With that disconnect. Yeah, that's
disconnect.
That's how. Yeah, okay, that's how we're gonna.
I planned everything. I knew what happened. I didn't want to jinx it, you know.
You know what, Martin? I think I'm gonna turn down Skype volume because somebody just told me that for some reason. I wonder if I could adjust that, like right in Skype.
That I'm too loud.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe you can just turn your microphone volume down a little bit.
If I knew how to. One second.
It's in your volume settings. Just turn your record volume down. They're gonna catch this Repulsor bottom, and he is gonna fall.
Nemesis.
It looks like they're gonna go for Kong again. I mean, the Legion team knows this has happened, and they have a ward of sight right up on the top of the ramp, but I don't think they're gonna be able to get there in time. This Kong's falling so fast.
Is it any better?
No, I don't know. I mean,
Softer?
I can't really tell you. I guess you'd have to tune into my stream to hear it. I don't even have the volume up on the stream, so I couldn't tell you one way or the other. But they do have Token. Token, Drunken Master, all 4 players have both of their buybacks. The Legion team is pretty much out of buybacks. Flux, you kill him, he's done. So he's basically a walking ulti, maybe some right-click auto attacks. But he is jumping in, he's immediately going for the Glacius. Smart choice. Kills the Glacius right off the back. So now it is a 4 versus 4. They pretty much have free reign to go onto this barracks. They, like I said, they still have the token on the Drunken Master. So even if they do decide to pick him down, which they're going to lose a lot of people in the process of doing that, they're going to at least get the racks. So
A Legion barracks has been destroyed.
Solstice channels the ulti, full duration, and whips. Hey man, I know they always talk about Mickey having to get up and... Okay, so Deadwood just accidentally popped his Shrunken? I'm guessing? That had to be a misclick. That had to be a misclick. He just blew a 10-second Shrunken.
So I wasn't watching the match. What happened?
Okay, yeah, your mic's a lot quieter now.
Alright.
I mean, like I said, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I can't actually hear what's going on the stream. Maybe somebody in chat could say if the mics sound relatively decent. I mean, we have 23 people watching right now, so...
Hey, that's a new record, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Alright.
What's Drunken sitting on gold-wise? 5,200? I definitely think, I think we're going to see a Doombringer come out. That seems like the most logical decision. You know, when you're down 4 versus 5. I wonder why they didn't stay in and try to get that range rags bottom.
I don't think the range racks is as important, because the melee one is a huge one.
Okay, another full duration Solstice ultimate misses. Flux did try to do the discharge to pull him in, so he would be hit by it. Repulsor does jump in. Kane is doing some work. He's doing some work to the Deadwood. Storm Spear does come out, negates the Kane ultimate. Flux is, he's basically dead. He dies here. That's it. Oh, yep, okay, so he's dead. Kane falls. Huge double tap by Deadwood. This is it. That's game. Flux is down for at least 60 seconds. Free reign to pretty much take this tower. You only had the Ophelia fall. And she does have the buyback if they need it, which I doubt team.
The Hellborn have destroyed a
They're,
Legion
they're pretty
tower.
safe to go for this melee rack.
Yeah, and the Deadwood has his Wallflower still.
And we still, we have the Storm Spirit on Engineer, so it's not like you're going to see any of them fall. Deadwood is still doing a lot of damage, even though he's basically dead. Same with the Drunken Master. Is he going to get the kill on Repulsor? He dies!
Legion Barracks has been
The Drunken
destroyed.
Master.
Huge, nice toggle with the Insanitarius. Flux is charging in, but Engineer lands a pretty crucial stun there. Even though Flux would have been in, Solstice would have been invis during that charge, and Solstice does get the kill. And we have the Engineer end up killing off the Solstice.
Genocide. A
So,
Legion Barracks
the
has been
Barracks
destroyed.
is at like a third life. Is Engineer going to go in and finish this, or is he going to get killed by this Repulsor? Okay, we do have somebody TPing in. Oh, that's it. They're calling the game right there.
Let's concede vote.
Yeah.
I'm a bit bummed that the Legion team did lose, but
You know
I
what?
think they were just outplayed. That's all it was.
You know what I'm happy about? We got to see Drunken Master with a fucking Rune Axe.
Yeah, that too. A Drunken Master going Rudax winning.
Rune Axe, so good. I would have been, peeing my pants. I'd been peeing all over my desk had he went the Elder, but I'm happy with just the Rune Axe. He did end up getting 11 kills and finished with also almost 600 GPM, but still pretty good. Still pretty good. Pretty happy with that one. I mean, you have to figure the Hellborn team was way ahead whenever Hag left. They had the melee racks mid. They had the tower gone bottom. So, and a lot of the buybacks burned on the Hellborn team. So, RNT has to go. That might be it. That might be it for tonight, guys. We'll find out here in a second. Get ringers. Just get ringers. Well, I'm going to put Drew on follow just to find out if this is going to be the game for the night. But I don't know. What's your final thoughts there, Martin?
I think that the Hellborn team had a better team fight draft, and I feel that the Legion team didn't really play their strengths, because all they knew how to do was farm and then try and team fight, while they really needed the pickoffs in the early and mid game. But of course, they didn't really have the chance to because the only lane which had one was the mid lane was the Flux, but he didn't really move out of mid lane too much. So I think if he had moved in other lanes, up the tank lanes, then it might have been slightly different. But yeah, it is a hard draft as well, because everyone on other team needs farm, and because there's only a limited amount of space where they can farm, that no one has amazing farm. They all have average farm. But yeah, I'd say the MVP of on the Hellborn team was definitely the Drunken Master, just because the sheer fact he went Rudex.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think he was definitely the MVP. I might have a slightly different opinion as before that. I honestly think the Hag was the MVP before that, because she did really well in that bottom lane 2v1, and it's really hard to do well against a Glacius, because Glacius is incredible at boxing people out. But she was aggressive. She got kills. I mean, she did end up dying in the process, but what she ultimately gained was the fact that she delayed that Dr. Repulsor from really gaining any kind of momentum. So the big carry, quote-unquote carry, that they had on the team was the Flux. And as hard as Flux can hit and as tanky as he is, he's not a carry in the sense that you want to be, that go-to kill machine that you have on your team. So, I really like Hag up until that point, until she decided to DC. But I like that. I like when I see, oddball items come out. I like seeing oddball heroes, and definitely the tree was played, the Deadwood was played at a really, really nice level. So, I don't know. I was impressed. I was very impressed.
I know Leo Top, the person who played Deadwood, he plays Deadwood a lot in matchmaking. So yeah, I'm not saying that like he's bad or anything, but he definitely knows how to use the hero to its
Yeah.
fullest.